Think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
I respect everything everyone is saying to me, and I don't want to fake apologize. I'm very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying.
It's not good for anyone, and it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all because you become slave fodder. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they, throw you in a jail or whatever.
The camera clicks on. The room goes quiet. Whoopi Goldberg sits frozen, blinking, lips tight, gripping the edge of the table like it's holding her up. But this time, things are different. She's not in control. She's not firing off takes on national TV. She's in court. Why? Because Karoline Leavitt, young, bold, and unapologetically conservative, has done what few imagined. She dragged Whoopi into a legal showdown and made her face the fallout from her words. This wasn't just a media clash. It turned into a courtroom battle, and the pressure is clearly getting to Whoopi. Now, before we break it all down, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story is bigger than daytime drama. If you're subscribed, you're already ahead of the game. Let's get into it. It all started like any other episode of The View. A guest, a few laughs, and a political jab dressed up as discussion. Karoline Leavitt took the seat, and Joy was the first to strike, mocking her political rise. Then Whoopi joined in.
If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Whoopi raised an eyebrow, suggesting Karoline's rise was just another example of modern-day wokeness. Then Sunny added her take, calling it a reflection of privilege. The studio audience chuckled. The panel moved on. But Karoline, she stayed composed, quiet on the outside but clearly taking notes. Rather than responding online or jumping into interviews, Karoline took a different route. She reviewed the footage, examined every comment, and worked with her legal team to put together a formal case. The result? A headline-making $800 million defamation lawsuit, not just against Whoopi Goldberg, but also Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and ABC itself. The claims focus on reputational harm and targeted commentary that, according to the lawsuit, crossed the line. But this wasn't about making a scene. Karoline's team emphasized that it's about drawing a line in the sand where opinion ends and accountability begins. In their words, it's not about politics, but principle.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right. ABC should wake up.
Just like that, it went from a headline to a full-blown legal showdown. Fast forward to this week. Courtroom packed, cameras outside, tension thick in the air. Whoopi Goldberg arrived in oversized sunglasses, trying to keep a low profile. At first, she held her composure. But as Karoline's legal team walked the court through their case, the mood shifted. Clips played across the courtroom screens, segments of Whoopi making personal remarks about Karoline's views, appearance, even her tone. Then came the internal documents. Emails, notes from producers, call logs, implying there may have been more behind-the-scenes intention than viewers realized. Witnesses described a visible change in Whoopi's demeanor. She leaned into her. Attorney appeared emotional and at one point quietly rested her face in her hands. During a brief recess, she was seen wiping her eyes. Meanwhile, Karoline didn't say a word. No reactions, no celebration, just quiet focus. Her calm presence made a statement of its own.
Dang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail.
Karoline didn't just show up with claims. She brought detailed evidence. Her legal team presented a range of materials, broadcast transcripts, archived footage, and internal notes that suggested the segment may have been more structured than spontaneous. One key document, reportedly leaked, outlined a strategy to challenge Karoline's youth and push the conversation into uncomfortable territory. The courtroom grew quiet as it was read aloud. Legal commentators noted that, if authentic, it could raise serious concerns about editorial intent. When asked about the document, Whoopi Goldberg stated she wasn't involved in all production decisions, but Karoline's attorney countered, emphasizing that public figures still bear responsibility for their words, especially on national television. The moment was tense. Observers noted Whoopi appeared affected, and ABC executives are now said to be reassessing the situation. Advertisers are reportedly monitoring developments closely, and internal discussions have reportedly begun about the future of the show. Whether this results in major changes or not, the case is already prompting broader questions about media, responsibility, fairness, and the limits of on-air commentary.
They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
While Whoopi crumbles under the crushing weight of the courtroom, Karoline Leavitt is proving unshakable, calm, precise, relentless. Her fact-driven, no-nonsense approach is earning respect across the board, not just from her base, but from voices that once dismissed her. Social media? Absolutely lit. Hashtags like Trying Justice for Karoline and High in Media Accountability are trending non-stop. Even former critics are eating their words, applauding her for standing tall against a media machine many believe has run unchecked for too long. Karoline's not here to cry foul. She's here to change the game.
Whoopi Goldberg, who raised a few eyebrows using the Bible to support the idea of kids getting gender change surgeries. Take a look.
This is a party that says we believe in parents' rights. You're telling me that as a parent, I'm not smart enough to decide if my child and I need to have gender affirming. Our doctors are not involved. What is going on? So I can't decide what my kid reads. I can't decide for my child what my child says is going on. You're telling me your beliefs, and they keep saying it, and I keep saying, what Bible are you reading? Because God was really clear. Very clear.
So what happens if the court rules in Karoline's favor? The fallout could be seismic. Whoopi might be forced to issue a public apology, cough up millions in damages, and, perhaps the biggest blow of all, step away from The View entirely. The show's future, hanging by a thread. But this isn't just courtroom drama. It's a cultural shift. Karoline has drawn a line in the sand. She's made it crystal clear. Media power doesn't equal immunity. Even the loudest voices on television aren't above the law. And if this case sets the tone, the era of unchecked, on-air takedowns might finally be crashing to a close.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Now it's your turn. Did Whoopi Goldberg go too far? Was Karoline Leavitt right to demand accountability? And should the ET View be held responsible for its host's words? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think. Before you go, smash that like button to support bold reporting and subscribe for exclusive updates. Because if Whoopi's already unraveling in court, trust me, this is just the beginning.